Hey, welcome to my journey into another weigh-in. When I started, I was looking in the thing. I used to keep red cheeks all the time, but I got in here and shut my door. And the heat's on, and I've started, listen, I might have to start fanning here in a minute. It's cold outside, but it's hot in this little room when you get that door shut. And I noticed I got the red cheeks. So I used to, listen, I've told y'all before when I was growing up in school, the girls would ask me, why you put your blush on right there? I'm like, honey, that ain't my blush. That's my skin. So I've always had the red cheeks. Just as I've gotten older, I guess you lose some of your facial color, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're here for weigh-in. And I'll tell you, I wasn't sure what was going to happen this week. I'm not sure ever. Some weeks I'm just like, I know, I've been like that before. And here lately, unless I know there's going to be a gain, I'll take that back. Some of those weeks I thought was going to be a gain and I had a loss. So, really, I guess you don't. Well, you really don't know. You think you know until it happens. But when I got on the scales this morning, I was pleasantly surprised. I weighed in at 260.6 for a loss of 1.4, and that puts me at 116.4. So I'm clawing my way back to 130. I tell you, when you've lost it and you gain it back, it's right disheartening, But I know why I gained it, so I'm not as mad at myself. So anyway, listen, I'm going to be Shirley Partridge until my head stops hurting. Where I fell, that place is sore as a ball. Let me tell you. I hit the far out of my head. And when I can tell it's healing because it'll itch and I'll go to scratch it and I'll forget and it hurts. Just patting it down hurts. And I'm like, I am not going to get my hair cut with her raking that comb across my scalp. So it's just going to keep growing until that spot quits being sore. It's getting on my last nerve. And if I don't splat this down with hairspray, these things stick out. I did a day in the life yesterday. I think they were sticking out probably the whole time. I had got out and I was in the wind, and I think they were just going, wheek. Whatever. We'll just deal with it, right? Listen, I didn't wash my hair this morning. I just splatted it down with some hairspray. Gone about my day. That's all I know. So what I did do better this week is I probably tracked more this. I didn't track every day or every meal, but I probably tracked more this week than I have the past 4 months put together. No joke. Even if I didn't track, I was still very conscious, of what I was eating. And I would say, if I wanted a snack or something, no, you don't need that, or eat this instead. My little vegetables have been helping. I hadn't eaten them all because some days I hadn't even snacked. So one day I had some peas with my breakfast. Peas with bacon and cheese frittata. It worked. And them beets, oh my gosh, them beets are so good. And them beets, they're pickled, so they'll last. I can put them in a jar to make them take up less space in the refrigerator, and they'll last me. I can put them on salads. I love pickled beets. When you go to a restaurant with a salad bar and they have the pickled beets, that makes me so happy. I used to love Ruby Tuesday's salad bar because it was so cold and so fresh. It's one of the freshest restaurant salad bars that we've ever had, and we used to go there knowing whatever we were going to eat, we were going to get the salad bar. But they had everything I liked. They had the onions, the eggs, and the beets. As long as I got those three things on a salad, I am good to go. I don't need all that other stuff. I'll take or leave bacon bits. I'll take or leave cheese. I'll take or leave cucumbers. But give me those three things and some good old ranch dressing. Whoo! We good to go. I went to BJ's yesterday. Filmed a day in the life. Did I say that already? I done forgot. Anyway, I filmed a day in the life yesterday. It'll be up tomorrow. And I was going to get a head of lettuce at BJ's, but gosh, it looked terrible. All of them was brown on the bottom and up the going up the bottom, like that. All of them. And the ones that wasn't was like a little bitty small one. I'm like, well, that ain't no good, because once you peel them floppy outer leaves off, then you're left with core pretty much, which I don't mind the crunchy parts. David don't like them. He don't like the crunchy parts in a iceberg lettuce. No. He'll eat them if that's what we got and I put in the salad. He'll eat it, but that's not his favorite. Y'all know he eats that old leafy stuff. Ugh. I don't like that stuff. No. It is just like chewing on grass or something. If I had to eat leaves, I'd want to eat crunchy leaves in the fall. At least you'd get some texture. But I picked up a few things yesterday. Listen, let me ask y'all. There was a coupon for it, and I almost got it. It's the Gold Bond Crepe lotion, and it's supposed to have really good results, like the crepey skin, and like I got it on my arms up in here. The woman years ago, when me and Holly used to go to Ulta, she said, because I was looking for it back then, she said exfoliate and follow it with some coconut oil and it will do the same thing. Well, it does not. It does not. I tried it. I even told y'all to try it. But have y'all ever tried that Gold Bond Crepe lotion? Because I didn't want too big. With the coupon, it ended up being $10 for a pretty good sized bottle. And there was 2 bottles in it. So I wasn't really in the mood to pay $20 for lotion that I wasn't sure if it worked. So let me know if it's a bunch of hooey or if y'all have seen results, because I might go back over there, or I might try to. Well, I bet you one of the small bottles is probably $10 at Walmart, So I don't know. Just let me know. Let me know. I wanted some razors too, but golly, the size of packs of razors they sell, it's like $30-some. No, I will stretch my payments out. Okay. It reminded me to take my medicine, and here I am. I would stretch mine out and just pay more, because I'm not clunking down $30-some a clip just to get a whole bunch of razors. I don't use that many razors that I need $36 or whatever worth of razors at one time. You know what I mean? Listen, have y'all found out since you've gotten older, because a lot of y'all were my age or older, that like the hair on your legs kind of goes away? Listen, there's so many things that we miss when we get older. Things change, and we think, why did that have to happen? But then there's definite benefits, and that's one of them, like not having to shave your legs all the time. God, I used to hate to shave my legs. Can I get a witness? Golly, even my armpits hardly gets any hair on them. So that's a definite benefit. And we all know what the big benefit is. That's definitely a benefit too. So there's got to be something good about growing older, right? I think I put up a thing on my Facebook group yesterday. This is another thing that I think comes with growing older. It's something about life humbles you as you grow older, because you remember not to, or you, something about because you think about all the nonsense you worried over. I can't remember how it went, but it was a good quote. And ain't it the truth? Listen, I got the itch. My earring fell out in the shower the other day. Oh, there's a scab on it. Ooh. So Holly's coming up tomorrow. I told her she's got to put it back in. I might try to get her to put in my little horseshoes, but it's the small ones, and I don't know if she can get her finger on the little ball that screws on the end. We'll have to see. Anyway, we was talking about as you get older, you look back and you realize all the things that were just not worth fussing and arguing and worrying about. Because in the grand scheme of things, sitting here talking to you, I bet you I can't name a handful of things that I showed my ass on, whatever the situation, that even makes a difference to me sitting right here. I guarantee you I can't. Now, I can think of times when I have embarrassed myself to myself, you know what I mean? Like, why do you act like that? Because I used to, oh my gosh, I used to be so hot-headed, so uneven tempered. And I can still get that way now, but as I've grown older with David, I've gotten more, not saying he's a terrible husband. I'm not trying to say that. It's just, and I think he's the same way towards me. We've gotten more, I don't say tolerable, because we don't act up that we need to tolerate each other. Well, that's not how our marriage, we don't tolerate each other. I don't know, we just don't seem to sweat the small stuff like used to. He's got little habits that drive me up the wall, but then one day I'm just like, it's gone on this long, it's not going to change, just deal with it, you know? Like this morning, I fished out his little pieces of soap. When he gets through the bar of soap, he will not throw the little giblets away. I have to pick them out every single time. And I was just like, just pick them up. And so, as you get older, I think you mellow out a little bit. I think. Over some stuff. Now, there's some things that I can still get tore up about. And I ain't gonna lie. I can get tore up about some stuff. But it's not like it used to be. It used to be really, really bad. I'll tell you, when I had Holly, I went through postpartum depression. And that's one of the worst times of my life, as far as my mental health. It was terrible. Golly. I used to beg David to just take me out in the driveway and run me over with his truck. It was bad. It was bad. And that's when I got on medication. And then over the years, they diagnosed different things. And finally, we settled on bipolar. And that's the medication. Speaking of, I have a televisit with where's my paper? I got to hunt my paper. When I had my visit with him a month ago, I had my list of everything that was bothering me. And he said, we're going to try this, and we'll talk back in a month. And if it ain't changed, we're going to change one of your medicines, because I've been on the same cocktail, if you will, for years. I mean, years. And, you know, sometimes you can, I guess, maybe get accustomed to them. So I'm not sure what we're going to do today, but what I'm taking works, but I think we could make it work better. I will tell you this. I touched on it yesterday. The insomnia drug he gave me is Qvivic. Starts with a Q. It started working Monday. I've taken it about 2 weeks. And so it started working Monday. It worked Monday night. It worked Tuesday night. And it worked last night. Oh my gosh. I don't mind sleeping till 5 or 5:30 or 6. I don't feel like half my day's gone. I feel like, oh my gosh, I got some rest. You know what I'm saying? Now, I still have my afternoon slump where if I sit still, I fall asleep. But it's not one of these all day if I sit down, I'm going to sleep off and on all day long. Not one of those. So that is a bonus, and I'm hoping it just keeps going that way. Where used to, I would just wake up, and then I would be up, no matter what time it was. One day last week, I went to bed about, I don't know, 8:30, and I was up at 11:30. I was done. So I just got up because I was done. Then I sit in there and piddle around, fall asleep a little bit, and then piddle around, fall asleep a little. That's not good rest. That is just not good rest. Staying in the bed is good rest. And so I'll tell you this too. Vivic, the Vivic part must be roundabout way of saying vivid, because I'm having vivid dreams. Oh my gosh. All night long, vivid dreams, the kind, like I told you, I think last week, that when you wake up and you fall back asleep, you pick right back up on that dream. They have been crazy. And sometimes I have to wake up and I'm thinking, was that something that really happened? Or did I dream that? You know, those kind. So it's been crazy. Man, I should have brought my amber mug in here because my coffee's already cold. Listen, let me tell you. I ain't going to tell you their name because that's not kosher. Shoe company reached out to me and wanted to send me some shoes to review. You know, if I liked them, do a video, etc., etc. Now, I didn't have to pay for the shoes. And so I got them, and I told the lady, I said, well, I want to wear them. I don't want to just get them and, oh, let me tell you about these shoes. I want to wear them. So I wore them. They hurt my feet. And they're supposed to be good shoes, but they hurt my feet. So I had to write her and tell her, you know, I wanted to like them. And I told her, you know, I wore them outdoors walking, I wore them indoors walking, I wore them just walking around the house, I wore them shopping. So I gave them all the chances in the world, and they just hurt my feet. They were uncomfortable. I said, I tried. I said, but I cannot go on my channel and tell y'all go buy something I don't believe in, because that's just, I told David I could never be a salesman, because I don't want you buying something that you don't need just because I'm wanting you to buy it. I couldn't live myself if I told y'all go buy these shoes knowing they didn't feel good on my feet, you know. So I told her, I said, if you send me a label, I'll gladly send them back to you. And she said I didn't have to, so I'm going to donate them. I know they hurt my feet, but that don't mean they're going to hurt somebody else's feet. Maybe it's just the way my foot's made, but that's all I have to go by is my foot. So that went my free pair of shoes. But that's the way it goes. So I don't know nothing else. I'll tell you this. I ain't hardly been back to doing my diamond painting. I got to get it back out because I was going good on it there for a few days, and then I quit. And then I started working on my junk journal. And I got to get in it. I keep piling. I don't know if you can see it back there. I keep piling the trash up. Just piling the trash up. And I said the next video we're going to do is make my tassel. But I hadn't done that yet. So I'll still have to do that and film that. I don't figure I'm going to put maybe one video out a week, something like that, working on my trashy junk journal. If you didn't, I'll tell you something else. My tailbone still hurts from that fall. That just hurt when I don't know if that's still sore from the fall or if it messed up my back more. So I know. If you didn't watch my junk journal video. This is my trashy journal. I'm making it out of trash. Those are my pages. Food boxes. And I just put it all in with elastic. And this is I knew I was going to do something with it. I've been saving this box forever because I knew it was so pretty. I had to do something with it. And I just wasn't sure. I knew it was going to be a journal of some sort. And then it all clicked. So that's my trashy journal. I'm telling you, you don't have to have a bunch of, unless you want to make the fancy, pretty stuff. Like with the stickers and, you know, all that kind of stuff and lace and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to buy a bunch of supplies. You make enough supplies in your kitchen to just sit down and create. And creativity is in the eye of the creator. You don't have to like what I create, but the joy of it is in the creation part. Just blanking your mind out of all the busyness of the world and just focus on creating something. And nobody else has to like it. Let me just tell you that. My junk journals are not for the masses. I know that. I make mine different from anybody's I have seen on the internet. Mine are completely different. And you know what? I love them. I love them. So that's all that matters. What you do, you love. End of story. That's all you got to know about it. Is if you love it, that's all that matters. And that's in any kind of craft that you do. It don't matter what kind of craft. If you like it, do it. Do it. Man, that's not warm. That ember mug has spoiled me, I'll tell you what. But yeah, I don't know what else. Oh, I will tell you this. I was thinking about day in the life at BJ's yesterday. If money and diet was no object, I would go broke on both accounts. I would go broke financially, and I would gain all my weight back dietally. That's my new word for the day. The packaging of stuff is what gets me. Packaging will win me if it's a bag of dog turds. If it's packaged pretty, I'm probably going to buy it. Or I'm going to want to. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all like that? This packaging, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Because I'll get some things and I'm like, oh, that's got to be good because look how good the box looks or the bag looks or whatever. And you get it and you're like, you know, so. But from the way the packaging looks, you think it's going to be just absolutely delicious. Oh, you know what that makes me think of? People. People are the same. There are some packages that are absolutely beautiful. So pleasing to the eye. Aesthetically, you just love how they look. But when you get to the inside, you just kind of, or kind of, you know. And then there are some packages that people don't think is aesthetically pleasing. And you open them up and they are the most beautiful creatures you've ever come in contact with. So that's our lesson for today. We should not judge a book by its cover, whether it's a book, literally, food packaging, people packaging. No, we need to judge for what's on the inside. If it's a good food, if it's a good book, if it's a good person, that's where we need to be judging. That's where we lose a lot of our right way of thinking. Because we tend to judge, just like I told you, I judge food on the packaging. We tend to judge on what we see instead of waiting to get to the inside to judge that. we judge it and make a snap decision on what we see. Automatically, it's got to be good because it looks good. Automatically, no. Automatically, nothing is set in stone. That person is so pretty. Must be the nicest person on the planet. And then you read stories and see interviews, and you're like, oh, ooh, mm-mm. And then just the opposite can happen, you know? So take it for what you will. So Holly's coming tomorrow, but I'm going to have my day in the life up in the morning. I'm going to edit that today. And then if she's gone, we'll have live at 1. But if she's still here, I'm not going to run her off to do live. So if I don't show up at 1 or a few minutes after, then Holly's still here. I'll try to remember to put a community post up and a Facebook notice if I'm not going to do live. So I think that's all. I ain't walked no more. Well, I've walked in the house, but I ain't walked outside. It's been a little too chilly for me. It's supposed to get up in the 60s today. I may or may not go. I don't know. I feel good when I go, but I'm still lazy. I'm lazy. I am lazy. Anyway. That'll be all. What's the cartoon? That's all, folks. I can't think of nothing else to talk about. I know this. It'll be spring for long. We'll be back out on the porch. I'll have to come up with some stuff to talk about. I ain't got no Eddie over there to talk about. My neighbors don't never do nothing. I ain't got no more goat to talk about because I told you I wasn't going to talk about him no more. So, I don't know. We'll come up with something. Anyway, well, that's all I know for real. For real, for real. So, come back in the morning for Day in the Life. I actually did some stuff. And then live if we have it. So, I'll see you then.